Peter Slutsky is a liberal blogger, co-host of Doublespeak, an online radio show. And Amanda Carpenter is a national political reporter for conservative website townhall.com. Amanda, let me begin with you. Read you something from Politico.com on gas prices. Distress over gas prices could hardly come at a worse time for Republicans. Voters usually blame a poor economy on the party that controls the presidency, and there are few more potent reminders of hard economic times than the high cost of fuel at the pump. How much work does John McCain have cut out for him?
I think John McCain pretty much just has to continue his dialogue with the American people, because I can tell you, our readers at Town Hall, they look at the concept that the Democratic Congress is debating right now on Capitol Hill, and that's to install a windfall tax on our domestic energy providers in order to give the government more money. I mean, I think our readers know, and supporters of John McCain as well, know that the answer is to increasing supply. The only way that we're going to get lower gas prices and increase the access we have to energy is by drilling in places like Alaska or on our outer continental shelf in the West for shale. And we have the opportunity to do it. Congress just needs to lift the laws so that we can get there.
And Peter, both candidates are talking about the poor state of the economy, but the tone of the message I know can also be important. Here's a column from townhall.com. Quote, victimhood and a can't-do spirit is what the Democratic Party has mostly been about since the Great Depression. Each time Barack Obama focuses on misery and the need for more government spending, John McCain should trot out American stories of the formerly poor and let them tell how they made it so that others can too. I mean, there is some indication here the housing market is beginning to turn around. Could Obama be hurt by focusing on the negatives?
Well, it just doesn't square with me. I mean, things are pretty miserable. If you're going to fill up your tank every morning and your fuel costs have increased astronomically over the last couple months, that's pretty miserable. And what Senator Obama is saying is that we need to make a break from the past. And what the I want to take issue with what Amanda just said. What the Democrats did today were to try to take $17 billion profits out of the oil companies so they can reinvest those into tax cuts for the middle class. Now, what's so wrong about that, Amanda? I really don't understand what the argument is about giving the government more money to invest in the American people.
Well, I say that the government shouldn't be trusted in order to divvy up that money because they do such a good job spending it themselves. But you go back to this concept of unfairness that goes to Barack Obama in dealing with windfall profits and the housing policy. Look at what his answer was yesterday to solve the housing crisis. That's to develop a $10 billion foreclosure prevention fund to divvy up money from good rent-paying taxpayers and to give it to the people that miss their mortgage payments. And both of these are based on redistribution that are patently unfair.
Just to make sure that our viewers know, too, it looks like the debate on this particular energy bill about the windfall profits is over, at least for now, because the Democrats could not muster the 60 votes they needed to overcome the Republicans' filibuster of this. And it wasn't just the windfall profits, it was also about cutting the subsidies to big oil. That being said, Peter, do you think at this point that if you're going to the gas tank and you are spending $50 filling up your sedan, if you are going to the grocery store and seeing $50 or $100 more than what you usually spend, do you think that the details are going to get lost on the voters?
No, I think that voters are looking for solutions. They're not looking for just more political rhetoric, which is all we're really seeing out of John McCain. What they want is they want relief. They want to know which candidate is going to stand up for them, which candidate is going to address these issues. And I want to say one more thing. If your listeners can go to doublespeakshow.com, we have this great post up there from yesterday where George W. Bush was asked a couple months ago about the prospect of $4 a gallon gas. And he was shocked. He couldn't believe it, that a reporter would have the audacity to bring up the idea and worry the American people. And now here we are with $4 plus gas.
And I know Amanda would probably jump in and point out that Barack Obama was complaining about the price of arugula at Whole Foods. But all of that being said, I know that the economy is going to be...
I love arugula.
Who doesn't love arugula? Let's hear it for arugula.
I love arugula.
Okay, I know that we're going to focus on this still ahead. Amanda, Peter, thank you both. Appreciate that. Would selecting Hillary Clinton as Barack Obama